WLPNOP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio News from the service entrance, the radio show. Oh man, that's still room on here. I could drop a rhyme on it. Bars, son. I got them. Don't make me. Don't you do it, Chicagoland. You know what the deal is. Yes, you do. Don't play games with me. I will show you, Jack. News from the service entrance, the radio show 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio. You can hear a rebroadcast of this show. This very special episode. Back in the day when they used to say special episode or like the after school special, it would be something real messed up. Or if it was like, if it was different strokes, a special episode of different. You don't want a special episode. But it's a special episode of this show. No weird stuff is going to happen today. You can hear a rebroadcast of this program on Friday, tomorrow, beginning at 1 p.m. Yeah. It's a condensed version of the show. It's some of the music, most of the interview, a few of my jokes. It's great. I love it. Anyway, 1 p.m. on WLPNOP Chicago. And I think tonight is Lumpin' FC. I'll check. But I believe that's tonight. And if it is, there's a lot to talk about in the world of football, and the boys will handle it, and it'll be dope. Right now, though, joining me live in Co-Prosperity in the gallery are two people who are profoundly found to me. Actually, there is a wonderful, and it's funny that Gary is here too, because on an early album, my term "screw the pooch" in referring to the Chicago Bears was used, and I have never forgotten how great that was. I've been working and knowing these folks for a long time, and I could not think of a better pair of people to have on the show. Stop it. Have on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, Urbanized Music, Chris and Amina. It's Coolout and Amina on the show.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you for having us, brother.
Hey, thank you for let me do it. Hold on, I'm old. Let me turn around here.
All right.
I don't want to. We're on lumpin.tv too, by the way.
Hey,
So,
look at us.
yeah, I'm sure Tina's watching.
Hey, Tina Howell.
Peace, Tina.
She'll definitely be watching.
She's
Yes.
Yeah. So what's up? How? What's new?
Man, everything and nothing
At the same time.
at the same
the same
time.
time.
Absolutely.
We're doing a lot of stuff. We've got some projects on deck. I'm still teaching. We are still mentoring and collaborating with folks.
Still at Columbia College.
I am at Columbia, and in the fall, I also lecture at the School of the Art Institute.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Foo.
Hey.
Look at you.
Art Institute in the house?
Yeah,
There
Art
we go.
Institute. Yeah.
This is
Yes.
like saying Whitney Young.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Any Whitney Young in the house?
Don't get, please. Let's not wake up a sleeping giant.
Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia.
But yeah,
Shout out Whitney Young, too.
we're busy. And
Yeah.
this guy's busy
Yes.
too.
A lot of music.
Also, not just music, but if I don't mention her, I will get beat up. You have a very famous daughter that is out here doing the thing in the color purple.
Listen.
I gotta go see it.
My God. Yes.
Yeah.
If you all have not seen The Color Purple at the Goodman Theater, you must see it. It is a fantastic show.
Yeah.
Not just because my child, our child is in
Yes.
it, but it's a spectacular show. The actors are amazing. The music is
Man.
amazing. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to try to catch it a few more times before it closes.
Yeah, it is that good. We are not paid help from the Goodman Theater. So
Right.
I do want to reiterate that, but this play is amazing. I'm talking about
Yeah.
every single cast member is top notch. Yeah,
So,
amazing.
so
I
go,
think-
Aria.
I think it's absolutely just ridiculously dope that Aria is out here being great, man.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
All
Like-
those years ago, her just hanging around that
Hanging
studio,
around.
The baby grew up.
soaking up all that weird knowledge from all these weird people.
Yes.
And
yes.
now look at, she's out here doing great things too.
Yeah.
is.
And it's interesting because people often ask, because she's also an artist, what path she chose. And it's so interesting that she almost went the opposite of hip hop, even though she grew up in a very hip hop family.
The most.
And so,
Yeah.
but she went musical theater,
That's
which,
kind of cool.
Yes.
yeah,
That's kind of
but
cool.
awesome. We're very proud
And
of
she
her.
writes and all that stuff. I'm just
Yes.
very, I'm very proud of her.
And
So
she's
I'm-
also a teaching artist. And so
Yes.
she's been doing residencies for like the last 5 years or so,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
quite a few of them, and
Yeah.
really impactful. So
Yeah,
we're proud of her.
we're super proud of her. Yes.
Right on. But listen, hey, Ari, relax. You come on the show one
Yeah.
time. Talking about you guys, though, Urbanized Music has been, let me back up. I want to say this out loud so that there is no mistake and that people who don't deserve credit for it don't get it. Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Month. The only reason that happened, when it happened, because I'm sure at some point someone would have been like, we need to have a month.
Yeah.
It's because of the two of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're the reason
Yep.
why it happened.
Yeah, and
We are.
honestly, if I have to give full credit, it is to
It's
the
Amina,
brain. It's from
yeah.
the brainchild of this amazing woman here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, before you say
Yes.
anything, what was the impetus? Was it that letter?
It was
I'm not trying to Nardwar you.
for for Hip Hop Heritage Month.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, I was having a conversation with one Mr. Armstrong,
Yes.
and we were just talking about Chicago hip hop history and how we know about everyone else's history, and there were no particular acknowledgments for ours. And so we thought we should have a Chicago Hip Hop Day. And then we thought maybe a week. And then, ambitious little old me says, why not a month? And instead of one of those 28-day Black History Month shams, we wanted 31 days
All 31.
of celebrating Chicago hip hop.
I
So
like
that's
you
why we
called it a
picked
sham. That's awesome.
July, because every day is, right, 365.
Right. Every day we celebrate.
So yeah, so that's how we thought it would be a good idea, and we drafted the resolution, and I presented it to my alderman, Walter Burnett, and it was presented to City Council, and it was approved in 2003, and for 20, whatever the math is, because we actually got it done that year, so that year
Yeah,
counts.
yeah.
But yeah, we've been dedicating the month of July to Chicago hip hop heritage, and recently, in the last few years, a museum opened up in Bronzeville.
Absolutely wonderful. If you go,
Yes.
you will be changed by it. There's a
Yes.
room in that museum. I can't go to the room that's dedicated to everybody that's made the transition.
Oh God, the memorial.
I can't go up
It
there.
is heavy.
It's too bad. When we were there for the picture, for the Great Day in Hip Hop picture, I don't know if it was Alderman Prime or somebody was like, "Did you go upstairs yet?" I'm like, "What's upstairs?" They're like, I was like, "Memorial? No, I'm good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just stay down here." And
It's
then
heavy.
I
Yeah,
look
it
up
is
and I
heavy.
see the picture of me, Tina, and Kendall. I'm like, "What? I'm in the museum."
You
That's
are in the museum.
and the other thing with Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Month, and I just want to make sure I say this part out loud. If I'm not mistaken, the first hip hop anything that happened on the Pritzker stage was the thing we did with the Chicago Boys, the Jordan Girls and Boys Center.
Yes.
That's the first hip hop at anything.
That
It
was the first. Well, actually, I think the first hip hop might have been when a few of us did the hip hop and blues with Sylvia Ewing.
I think that was the
That
first
might have been the
thing.
first
That
one.
might have been the first
but
one.
yes, Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Month
James Jordan Boys and Girls Center.
Dr. King.
Yes.
Dr. King.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. And even though they're kind of
One of the same.
sister companies.
We got comic books for the
But
kids
yeah,
and
it
all
was
that stuff.
awesome. So yeah, we've been doing the hip hop thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd like to just jump in also, too, just to say that I know with Hip Hop Heritage Month, I want to say prior to that, I think Amina was the catalyst of doing networking events in Chicago, because that's how we met. She said, "Hey, what do you think if I threw some events and tried to just get all of these people from all these different areas in Chicago together in one room?" And I was like, "That would be great. It sounds like a tall challenge," but she started doing it, and I think that kind of led to that whole togetherness and getting the whole city together from all walks. Whether you played a violin, a drum machine, or a turntable, it was getting all the people in the same room.
And famously, you, Chris, are a member of one of my favorite groups of all time, Spillane's.
Yes, sir.
And it was, look, spaghetti and biscuits will never, ever leave my head for the rest of my life. It got so bad, I'm like, one of these days, I'm just going to make some spaghetti and fire up some biscuits and see what happens.
The
Just see
combo
what
is
happens.
insane.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
But
It is.
there's a story I can't tell, but it was the parking lot of Red Dog at the time.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I discovered Tony Baines. That's how I discovered Spillane's, and that's how I discovered how great that song was. But
Wow,
you,
thank
you are not just in that group, but you have produced a bunch of stuff. You produced a great record with me and Cheryl Lamb.
Yes.
And a bunch of people. As a producer, and having done this for a long time now, man, have you started to notice, or are you noticing, and this isn't based off of what happened up in River North, but the vibration has changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
How do you as a producer keep it 100 with the person, that artist, and like if they want to do some drill with you, you're like, I don't know if you really want to do that, and here's why, and these are the things that happen as a consequence of that. How do you deal with stuff like that?
I question them. I think that's the first thing. I also put a separation between the artistic creativity, and then there's also, borderline, are you creating genocide on wax? And have those kind of questions, because I think that makes the most sense. And Amina and I just had a situation, I would say, probably less than a month ago. We ran into a new aspiring artist, and he was dope. He had some good lyrics and everything else, but he was running into issues where he could not refrain from dropping the N-word, right? And Amina just asked him and said, why does that have to be in your lyrics? And then he was basically like, well, everybody does it. And he was like, well, and she said, well, what if you are on a stage where you're saying that and people are looking at you? And he was like, well, then he started really thinking. So it's really just a matter of questioning and challenging what it is that they're going to be presenting.
Because what happened in River North, and what happened and has been happening around the city with a lot of this gangbanging on wax, and then you go to a club and it's the same funeral music that they are listening to while they're killing each other.
Yeah.
It gets to be, it's more of an assessment of where we are,
Yes.
particularly black folks, where we are and in the music that we create, and why is it necessary to have these conflicts with each other when
Right.
you can have peace with each other just as easily.
Exactly.
And why isn't that being more of the thing that is exempted?
Yes,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
it's because of what sells, and that's the bottom line.
There's a reason why if you play a Public Enemy record and you say this record came out in 1980 something, and they're like, well, where's Public Enemy now? Still around, but radio will not acknowledge the fact that they do what they do and why they do what they do. They
Yes.
want to keep this death march going. I am so glad I'm at this place, because we don't do the death march music here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We are playing music, of course, but we're not out here
Yeah.
promoting nonsense.
No.
And I think as far as drill too, the historic context needs to be in place, and then also, like, they don't know any better.
Yeah.
They don't know. Like, I teach hip hop history course, and one thing that my students are most fascinated to learn is that hip hop was created as a culture of peace, and that it is not solely about turning up and violence and drugs, and that it is to be uplifting and empowering to the community. And when they learn that, they realize that they've been bamboozled.
Yes.
Yep.
And then the more informed they are, the more empowered they are to not make trauma music, because they understand that people are exploiting them and their images and profiting off of them, and making money off of the pain and the trauma that they live, that when you talk to them, you find out that they don't really want to live like that. That's just all they know.
Yep.
And so until we show them better, and until we offer them the tools that they need, they're just going to keep repeating these cycles of trying to be like the guy on the block.
Yep.
And that's not what they want.
And they all sound the same, too.
They do.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to do it, be a little creative.
They don't know
But they don't
that
understand.
you're supposed to be original. When I talk about like biting and stealing from other folks, and that, what made a breaker or an MC good was that they honed their craft, that they made their thing better and took that out into world. But if you're born in a YouTube age, then you just think that this is what you do. You don't have mentors like we did. You don't apprentice in it. You
Yep.
just watch the thing,
Monkey
and then
see,
you get an
monkey
app,
do.
and then you make the stuff.
I mean, we were lucky. We were lucky to have, at least in the poetry world, we had Gwendolyn Brooks was still around.
Yes.
Oscar
Yes.
Brown Jr. was still
Yes.
around. We had these folks who did it and were watching us do it and saying the things that you're saying, like, yo, you don't have to do that.
Right.
You don't have to talk about that. You can do this. Now we have Avery doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
mentoring the whole city.
Yep.
Giving the city a valuable lesson.
Absolutely.
And I will forever be indebted to the two of you for allowing me to come into Beat Quarters and make music, because as a poet or a person that's trying to express himself but has this thing in him that's like, I know that beat when I hear it, and I know what sounds good when I hear it. And then to have you guys like cultivate that, and to then years later be able to turn on a whole new generation of people on how to actually do this
Yes.
and why we do it this way is mad important. Before we play, oh, by the way, it's WLPNOP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpin' Radio. It's news from the Service Interested Radio Show. My name is Mario. We're with Coolout Chris and Amina, Urbanized Music. Before we play the new stuff and talk about the new record, you wanted to talk about the Black Paper,
Yeah.
and I want you to talk about it.
Awesome. I'd love to.
Have at it.
So there's this concept that we're calling Black Paper, which in many ways we could call cultural currency. And so Chris and I were having this conversation and looking at the state of African descendants throughout the diaspora and wondering, why the heck are we so marginalized? Why is it every place that you go, the darker your skin, and if you are of African descent, you will find yourself on the bottom of the totem pole
All the time.
all the time.
All the time.
And we know why, right? But I wondered, instead of just begging and fighting for them to let us in, what if we turn inward to something that's way more powerful? Probably the thing that they've been scared of all along.
All the time?
But if we tap into who we are across the diaspora, if we stop seeing each other as others and see each other as one, because the diaspora, the African diaspora, is considered the sixth nation of Africa. So we are recognized as a body.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We,
That's a whole lot.
we don't have to be marginalized. We don't have to remain in this state if we tap into something greater, something deeper, something stronger. And it doesn't have to be that you have to necessarily move back to Africa or start learning about different African, which is very important. But we could start right now in our midst. We could look at our soul food plate at Thanksgiving or the holiday, and we will see the remnants of what our ancestors ate. If you look anywhere in the diaspora, you will find hot something with some pepper. You will find some rice, some chicken,
Some plantain.
tomatoes, onions, peppers, maybe cooked differently, some garlic, some ginger, right? Things that grow on our land that nourish us, that our ancestors knew were healthy for us.
Even just the way we congregate, right?
The way we
we
congregate,
we don't realize that sitting on a porch. That's ancestry work, right? The way we hug each other, the way we talk to each other, embrace. You know what I mean? So, and I think it doesn't have to be complex. It's very simple, but it's first acknowledging what's in front of us that we don't already see. We are African. We are Black people. We are people who care about humanity and other people. We're not savage. So I think tapping into the small things lead to bigger things. That'll make somebody want to go read the autobiography of Malcolm X, you know what I mean? Or dig into some other history just to kind of find out, that the wheel that's been moving, it's not new. It's the same old wheel.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So
what is the intention of the Black Paper?
I think to raise a collective consciousness, right? To raise the vibration, to for us to say something, right? Because we have these conversations in our little circles, and we thought, like, we should just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Just write it and say it out loud. And then we started doing the research. And so at the end of last year, we registered a nonprofit organization called the Black Paper Project. And it's all about
You two.
us two. It's all about
You
us,
two out here
right?
causing trouble in these streets.
We're trying to make good trouble.
Good trouble.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But
That's
yeah,
dope, man. I
that's
like
what it's
that.
about, right?
Yes,
Because we
sure.
are one, and if we keep letting them keep us divided, then they keep winning. And so we just felt like, hey, let's try something different. And so that's the core of the Black Paper. It's like a cultural currency. And you got to try to raise yours, right? And not let it be spent in ways that are not helpful to our
right.
people. And so we wrote the Black Paper, which is on our website, and then the music ensued, because we're like, but we're hip hop. So how do we do
Yeah,
this
right.
in a language that we speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just started coming together, and then also, as we look at what we're hearing on a regular basis, we started to think about what makes more sense to what we want people to hear from us, right? I'm a hip grandpop now, you know what I mean? So I'm not like a spring chicken. So I can't be out here talking about I'm the baddest rapper. They're gonna be like, bro, you got bad knees, you know what I'm saying, and hypertension.
Man,
you know what I
listen,
mean?
right?
So it was also a matter of just thinking about what kind of concepts, and it wasn't, the thing with putting a record together, it wasn't rushed, it wasn't forced, it was a natural progression. The songs came together. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna specifically get preachy on this song. When you listen to the record itself, it's entertainment without even knowing that you're getting some education through listening to the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all got a good vibe to it.
I received the threat from you, and I will not.
Okay. Yes.
But I will be playing this single,
Dog Eat
Dog. Yes.
Excellent.
And I noticed, it's funny, I listened to just randomly listened to a bunch of stuff leading up to today, and a lot of hip hop has the phrase "dog eat dog" in it, like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's in there too. It's in that song too. It's in that
Yeah.
song too.
Because hip hop is about struggle.
Yeah, man. And,
Yeah.
and if you were fortunate enough to see the movie that David Weathersby put together, I talk about hip hop and house music, and I'm like, it's born out of struggle.
Yes. I think we were in that movie.
You are.
We are in there. Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Yes.
That's right. Look at us. You're right.
It's different in Chicago, is the name of the movie.
It's
Yes,
actually
it
going to
is.
be showing at the Hip Hop Heritage Museum. I
Hey,
think this
coming up
coming
soon,
week.
right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Check
world.
them
What a
out.
world.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
a world. Who knew?
So yes.
I was
Yeah.
acting like I was an expert. I did the whole thing with the camera angle when it's like over there and you talking.
Right. It's gonna be coming soon.
It was-
Yes. Yes.
So new album. This is the first Urbanized music album in what?
Like 200 years, probably.
Yeah, about 200 years, yeah,
I'm
somewhere.
thinking.
2019.
minute.
I think last one was A Day in Life in 2019.
Right
Yep.
before COVID.
Yeah,
that's
right
right.
before COVID. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and Dog Eat Dog itself, the song itself was. I remember the day when we created it. We were listening through tracks, and Amina was like, "That's cool, but that sound kind of neo soulish, or that's kind of slow."
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. Oh, you totally did.
That's
you were
funny.
you were very upfront about what
That's
you were looking
funny.
for, and you were like, "Just play some stuff." And you was like, "Give me something that's gonna like move," and I was like, And then I put the beat on, and she was like, "That's it." I left out of the room, and I started working on another song. And she wrote the verse and the hook and was like, "All right, you do your part." That song was done. I had done my part, so it just came together.
Yeah, man. I love you both. I'm so
you
glad
too, brother.
that you all came and hung out with me on the very special episode
Yes.
News from the Service Entrance.
Yes.
sir.
Uncle Phil's boys didn't get touched by some man in this episode. Everything is fine.
Wait, which camera?
You ever? Over there.
Over there.
Everything is cool. Listen, thanks for being on the show.
Yes.
Please give Aria a hug for me.
Absolutely.
Please keep doing the work, and we will have you back on. I'm almost Don Cornelius myself, but we'll have you back on again. We'll have you back on again to talk a little bit more in depth about Black Paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes, definitely.
things surrounding
Thank you.
it, and how I can be down and everybody can be down. And it's on the website, and the website is.
Urbanizedmusic.com. And
right.
actually, I know you got the threat, but there's a little. we
Suge
put
Knight.
together a little mixtape sampler for folks.
Okay, word.
So there's a little preview.
All right,
So-
all right.
Yeah, you just go to urbanizedmusic.com and you can click and download.
Because the threat was, see, if I say the phrase, no one but the three of us are going to know what it means.
You would need a whole nother hour.
And I'd have to explain the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to bust the man out.
Yeah.
I'll just say tiny legs.
That's
All
it.
right, that's it. Anybody wants to know, see me later, and I'll be
Thank you,
glad to
Mario.
explain it to you. Amina, Chris, thank you, man.
Love you, man.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
Love you
Yes.
both. Thank you. This is the new single. Don Cornelius myself again. This is the new single from the new album. Tell me the name of the album again.
The Black Paper.
Yes, indeed. It's
Come on.
It's Dog Eat Dog. This is Urbanized Music. It's news from the service entrance, the radio show 105.5 FM, WLPNLP Chicago. A world premiere. World premiere. It's Dog Eat Dog, news from the service entrance, the radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.